Hi folks, it's Andy Bear, pastor here at Heartland Church in Lexington, Ohio. I want to welcome all of you who are a regular part of Heartland, as well as those of you from the Lexington community and greater area that may be considering worshiping with us this Sunday morning for our drive-in service on Easter Sunday. If you haven't driven by and seen the banner or seen any details on Facebook or otherwise, the service is going to be at 10 a.m. And we're thankful because as the weather forecast has progressed, it's looking pretty nice on Sunday morning. So we hope you'll consider joining us. Before I share some details, just want to let you know that in preparation for this, our leadership has been in touch with the Lexington Police, the mayor of Lexington, the Sheriff's Department, Richland County Sheriff's Department, the State Police, the Ohio Department of Health, as well as the Richland County Department of Health. And whereas with the orders that are in place, it certainly doesn't prohibit what we're doing, we wanted to reach out and just respect their authority and get their input. And so while no agency is going to say you can or you can't, actually, everybody that we talked to was very affirming of the details we shared with them about how we're going about this, the way that we're respecting the social distancing guidelines, and we've received unofficially the thumbs up from everybody we talked to. And so want you to know that ahead of time. So to share some logistics, first, and you can make fun of my drawing if you want, but this is our property, and I want you to see kind of how things are laid out. Here's the road that goes that way north to Ontario, south to Lexington. This is our main building in the back. This is our office building, which many people pass on a regular basis. And this is some grass area. This is our normal parking lot, and I'll explain a little bit about that. And this is behind our main building where many people come and they park to use the walking path. So just to give you an orientation of my crude drawing here. So our setup for Sunday morning is going to be that we're going to have a stage in the grassy area right here just outside our main building. So facing Lexington, facing that area, and we're going to utilize our parking lot to turn it into a drive-in theater, so to speak, as far as parking goes. Now, as you come in, the only place we're going to enter on Sunday morning is the south entrance. We will not come in at any of the two northern entrances. Those are going to be exit only at the end of the service. So even if you're coming from Ontario, you're going to drive past the first exits and your entrances, and you're going to come in this entrance. This is the only entrance that we will use. And if I grab a marker here, what you're going to do, when you come in, you'll see I already started drawing orange. We have the parking lot laid out with a string with ribbon on it, and it is the front of where people will be parking, and there are 4 rows in front of where the stage will be. There's also 4 rows over on the west side of the parking lot, and what we're going to be doing is as you come in, you'll drive in and you will either come in and we have parking lot attendants that will be directing you. If you're parking on the west side, you'll come in and you'll park at an angle that will be facing towards the stage. And just how I have some of these cars parked, it'll be at an angle facing the stage, and all of that will be lined out, or it'll be pretty obvious, and you'll have people helping you park. Or you may come in and you may come down and park in one of these rows. And you will have parking lot attendants helping you understand where to go. It's going to be very difficult to have kind of an option and kind of say, this is where I want to park, just because of the way we're doing things. As people come in, we're going to be parking them next to one another so that we can get the maximum number of people in our parking lot while still maintaining social distance. So there'll be cars parked in all 4 of these rows. Also, there's an option of coming around, and there'll be a couple rows over here that people could park in. Now, you notice back here, I've got a few cars. In the back, what we would say is this: if you're driving something that's gigantor, we want to encourage you. We'll have a line of cars in the very back for those behemoths that, if you're driving a Hummer you're driving something that would be hard to see over, we encourage you to park in the back there. So just if it's something unusually large. Also, want to let you know that our stage, we're going to be using a PA system, and we had rehearsal last night, went very well. I'm encouraged by that. And we're going to have enough sound to carry pretty well to our parking lot and beyond. Yeah, that's a safe thing to say, beyond. However, if we need overflow parking, we can go all the way here to the side of the building where people normally park to use the walking path. Because in addition to the PA system, we also have an FM transmitter that will be running over there so that you can actually tune your radio in and hear the music and the preaching and the prayer and the whole service. So that's going to be overflow. However, if you're a family that has young children, younger children, and you're like, I don't know if we're going to be able to make the whole service. Like, it's going to be probably an hour and 15. And you're like, well, between devices and stuff like that, I don't know if we're going to make it. This could be a great place to park because during the service, if you need to leave for whatever reason, you can simply come right out behind almost everybody. And at that point, we'll allow you to go out that exit. We want to make sure that you have the opportunity that if you anticipate perhaps needing to leave, that you have a place that you can still tune into the service. You can listen, you can watch, you can worship, but then if you need to, you could kind of sneak out the back, as is typical with any church service, people sneaking out the back. So no worries there, no worries whatsoever. So that is how we're going to be parking coming in. When you come in, there'll be parking attendants in yellow vests that are going to be helping you, guiding you, directing you. Something that you wouldn't expect normally is this. No, this isn't me reliving my days as a drum major. That would be a bad sight. However, this is a 5.5-foot wooden dowel with tennis balls at each end. The parking lot attendants are going to be using these to park cars. And so as you come in and the cars are parked by the parking lot attendants, as you get direction, each car is going to be 5.5 feet apart. And so if there's a car parked, they may even, because of the tennis balls, touch that car and have you come in. They'll be guiding you in, and you get as close to that tennis ball. Maybe your mirror touches it. And then we know that the cars are 5.5 feet apart, which means the people sitting in the cars are at the minimum 6 feet apart. And so we're trying to follow the social guidelines all the way into parking cars to make sure that people are staying 6 feet apart. And so we want you to know that. We want you to be assured that we're doing everything we can to provide an opportunity to come together on Easter Sunday, yet still respect the guidelines and the authorities that are above us. So the service will happen. If you're wondering what that's going to be like, there'll be an opening, there'll be a welcome, there'll be some music. I have a children's message that I'm going to be sharing. There'll be a brief time of prayer. We'll share a message. We'll have a closing song, and we'll be done. So probably an hour and 15 at the most. And when we're done, here's something else. What we're going to do is these stringed lines that are helping us with parking are very easily in the ground. And what we're going to do is we are going to pull those so that all of these strings and flags disappear and everybody gets to pull out forward. There won't be any backing out except for those in the front rows, and they'll be able to back out and begin to leave as we're pulling the stakes, as the parking lot attendants are pulling the stakes and clearing the parking lot so everybody can pull out forward. When you pull out, here's something else to note. You'll simply pull out and you'll go this way. And if you're going back towards Lexington or Belleville or somewhere in that direction, you're going to come and you're going to take your first left and exit south. If you're going north, if you need to go into Ontario, if you're going to go up and turn right on Hanley and go into Mansfield or something that way, you're going to continue to the second exit and then you'll go north. I've invited both Sheriff, State Police, and Lexington Police if they'd like to come to the service and also help us with traffic when we leave. But they're pretty in demand right now, and I can't guarantee that. Nor, honestly, would I expect it unless they happen to have some downtime on that day. And so at the end of the service, like I said, we'll simply pull all of those stakes with the lines on them. Everybody can pull forward. Just merge together until you get here. If you're going south, you're going to hit the first exit. You go north, you'll hit the second exit, and we'll go from there. So we're trying to think of all the details that are going to make for a smooth and enjoyable and a blessed morning for all that will join us. One of the ways that you can be prepared for that, and just take a little snap, I'm not sure it's going to end up in a museum, but I'm happy with it. So should I sign it? No, probably not. Let me flip this around. I'm attached to a microphone, so one of the things that's going to help with being prepared are these websites. So for Sunday stuff, heartlandlex.com, and if you go on the website, you're going to see right up front stuff for Sunday. We've got all of the song lyrics for the songs that we're going to sing, and sermon notes, as well as kids activities. We've got a kids page, or a kids web page, has all kinds of activities that you can print out and bring with you as activities for the kids on Sunday. The song lyrics and the sermon notes, you could either print those out, or you can simply pull those up on your device during the service so you have them to follow along with. We're not handing anything to you. We're not giving you any sheets of paper. We're not doing anything that would have any contact. And so those are made available online, and we encourage you to check those out ahead of time. Also, kind of getting into, if you haven't already, that heart of Easter, the Passion Week, the story of Jesus' sacrifice and his last week before his death and resurrection. Tonight, on Friday night, Good Friday, tonight, we have a nationwide Good Friday service. And if you go to cmalliance.org, you'll see links there because it's a multicast from Colorado Springs as well as Grace Church here in Ohio. Grace Church is providing worship and hosting, and our president, John Stumbo, will be bringing a message from Colorado Springs. And so you will see that, and there are 4 services that you can log into. 4 p.m., 6 p.m., 8 p.m., or 10 p.m., all Eastern time, that you can go to CM Alliance and join together with the greater Christian Missionary Alliance family and start, if we haven't already, preparing our hearts for what is coming this weekend. So, friends, we hope that you're holding fast. We hope that you're encouraged by what you're seeing around you, people stepping up, and even more than that, God at work in people's lives. We're looking forward to Sunday morning. I know the worship team's ready. We had a great rehearsal last night. I know our parking guys, our logistics people, I've been excited about this. I'm excited to see the weather looks like it's going to cooperate, and I'm excited to see you on Sunday morning. So if you have any questions, heartland@heartlandlex.com. Just add the word Heartland. Where'd my pen go? I'll just use a different one. If you just went Heartland at heartlandlex.com, that's how you can get in touch with us. If you have any questions, comments, ideas, feedback, anything like that, because we want to provide you with an incredible Easter morning experience. So thank you. Heartland family, we're looking forward to seeing you. Friends from the Lexington area, the greater area, Richland County, if you don't have anywhere to worship, we welcome you. We're anticipating you being with us, and we'd love for you to be our special guests on Sunday morning. Thanks, folks. We look forward to a great weekend, and we hope today you have a great day.